We have Adobe, and they announced a new AI feature for Reader and Acrobat programs for people who create. This is making it so creation is so easy. Joining us now, first on CNBC, is Shantanu Narayen, CEO of Adobe. Shantanu, it's just so great to have you on the set.
Thanks for having me.
All right, you've got a big announcement, and I think people have to understand in the context. When you get AI, when you use AI, what you really need is everything that comes with AI. But the only company that really has everything that can make it so creation will be easy is yours. So tell us about this.
Well, as you know, Jim, we've been innovating a ton with respect to AI, and it's all about how do you democratize access, whether it's to creativity or whether it's to documents with what we can do. And today's announcement is huge. We all know the world's information is in PDF. There are trillions of PDFs out there. And what we were doing was working on how we could understand the structure of PDFs and make them really responsible on mobile devices. Today, what we're announcing, though, is that we have a new AI assistant, which is live both in Reader as well as in Acrobat. And so you can have a conversational interface with the PDF. Just imagine you've opened a 100-page document, you want to understand the summary, you want to have a conversation with it, you want to ask questions, you want to correlate that with other documents that you might have, as well as the entire information that you have in your enterprise. So we think it's a big day for us.
Okay, so this morning I am getting to interview Doug McMillon from Walmart, and he had a big presentation at CES. I'm a little time constrained, so I went in. I used chat to get the summary, which we do now. What could I do if does it not, or does it respond to any kind of summary? And that I want very much to use it as a jumping off point to do something of my own.
That's exactly what you can do, Jim. Okay. So you open up a PDF with an Acrobat or Reader, and you can just click on a single button which says, give me a summary, and it'll give you all the summary. It'll point back in that document to where that information was gleaned from.
Fantastic.
But in addition to that, you can ask questions. So if you wanted to compare how Walmart's earnings were this quarter versus the prior quarter, or I heard you talk about their advertising, and you say, tell me more about where they're making money on advertising. I liked your concept of found money. That's the kind of conversation that you can have with PDF. Now, if you want to take that and actually create a document from it, you can then just cut and paste from that into Adobe Express, and you're on your way, not just to understanding the information, but creating your own reports.
Okay, before I give it over to Scott, you know I talk to you often about, I have a daughter who's a baker, and she designed everything based on you. I got the full suite for about $560. Can you tell me how this is a step up from the current suite and what you would get versus what you get now?
Well, Adobe's in three businesses. And if you think about, what Adobe is probably best known for still, it's our creative business. And so what you're referring to, Jim, is what we call generative fill in Photoshop, or Firefly, which is our foundation model to create images. And I think the value really there was anybody who has the story to tell. They can, through text, take a blank screen and start their entire creative or ideation process. So that was on the creative side. On the small and medium business side, as it relates to marketers, what they want to do is they want to run campaigns. They want to personalize their information. So those were the two announcements that we had made before. Today's announcement augments all of that and brings it to PDF as well.
How are you thinking about, you mentioned Firefly, the issue of copyright infringement, which has come to the forefront. And when you announced Firefly, you said you would basically indemnify businesses that were sued for copyright infringement. So you must be thinking big about what is a still growing and very important issue.
It's such an important issue for us, Scott. And at the end of the day, if Adobe doesn't, champion creatives, I don't know which company would. So when we think about AI, we think about it in three layers: the data, the models or the foundation models that we're creating, and the interfaces where these creatives get value. We determined early on that as it relates to data, we were only going to train Adobe's foundation models based on data that we had licensed for, which is why we can indemnify it. Not only did we do that, we actually drove the entire content authenticity initiative. So for every piece of content you create within Adobe, you can have a nutrition label. We recently announced last week the AI Accord. So for us, it's not just about driving innovation, it's about driving responsible innovation.
The other deal that everybody is having to play a new game in is this arms race. Your announcement today obviously sort of fulfills that. OpenAI last week announces Sora, your stock gets hammered, and the market view is like, well, this is right there impeding on Adobe's turf. You want to speak to that?
Sure. I mean, first, we're working on our video models as well. We worked on our imaging models. I think magic happens, Scott, when it's not just the model, but how that gets integrated and reflected in the interfaces that people are using. When you think about people who are going to be creating videos, I think there are two use cases. The first is in order to start the ideation process, maybe you're going to take something with a text prompt, create a piece of video, and start to play with it. That's actually the small part of the process. It's then what do you do with that video? How do you create the long-form video? And that's where products like Adobe Premiere Pro or Photoshop or After Effects are clearly the industry standard. So we will do not just the foundation model, we'll not only do what Sora did with Firefly so that you can start the ideation process, but its entire tools and workflows, which is where Adobe is going to focus, and doing it in a responsible way.
Now, Shantanu, last question. Somehow we think that AI is winner take all, loser take none. When I listen to you, these are two different businesses. Whatever Altman's doing has nothing to do with the small and medium-sized business or large consumer packaged goods company or Walmart. What they'll be doing with yours, they're just in the day-to-day researcher at a bank or anybody who's a lawyer. These are all people that aren't going to use Sam's product. Your product works.
Without a doubt, when we think about Gen Studio, which is our product for enterprises, every single marketing department or agency is now going to say, how do I create all of the variants, all of this production that deals with it? And from the perspective of, I think, where Adobe continues to win, every time we've had one of these tectonic technology shifts, the market for this expands dramatically. And that's how we focus on driving innovation.